Hello people, I'm Gage, and welcome back to some more Xenoblade Chronicles 2. In the last episode, we attended Fan's funeral. And this time, we're going back to our room. Yeah, let's go. We'll make it eventually, I promise.
We can reach Tantal by ship, but once we're there, we'll need to do a spot of walking.
So we're travelling with Shell, dear? Never thought I'd see the day.
I think you'll find I make a fantastic ally.
Luck of Zeke not so great. Bet we shipwrecked by tomorrow.
Cheeky furball.
We're all gonna die.
Hey, Zeke. You said before that Torna concerned you too. What did you mean by that?
What? Oh, yeah, that. I don't know about those clans, but Torna, the country that fell 500 years ago, they were the ancestors of us Tantalese. The people of Tantal are descended from Adam, the hero of Torna who escaped its destruction.
So, after Pyra fell asleep, Adam escaped to Tantal?
That's right.
That is the first I've heard of it. I have studied much history, but this story never featured. Most peculiar.
We're humble. Don't really like to brag about it. The only real trace left is in this here sigil of the royal family.
So why did you awaken Haze?
Because her power was of great use to me. Indol has found itself under attack from Torna a number of times. She was necessary in driving them back.
Really? Then why don't you seem to have any others? Blades, that is.
Driver though I may be, I am no fighter. Besides, I find the warrior monks here so reliable. They get the job done.
If you say so. I wonder, do you know why Torna are using the name of a dead country?
Jin was a blade of Torna once. Loyalty and nostalgia. Who can say? Perhaps both.
Is that really all there is to it?
You don't think so?
I don't know much about what happened while I slept. There are no written records, either. All we have is stories passed down.
And you think that is insufficient? History is a murky thing. Only those present can truly know what took place.
But weren't you one of those present?
And that is why I offer you my cooperation.
I guess we'll find out if we go to Tantal.
Right, let's head for Word Port. I am not saying that word. Can we make it a leisurely walk? I guess. Why? It's been yonks since I last went home to Tantal. What is a yonk? I've been thinking of Indol as my home. It's so long now, it feels weird to leave. Just want to enjoy my last moments here. You can be shockingly sentimental sometimes. I know, shocking, isn't it? Shut up, you two. Gonna take some Indoline presents for the folk you haven't seen in a while. Huh, as if my old man would want any of that. Come on, start walking. You could grab a swig of Odifa along the way. They don't have that stuff in Tantal, so this could be your last chance. I said shut up already! I love Zeke. I love him so much. And you know what? I love him so much that we're gonna play as him, because I want to. Bye, Rex. See you later. See you another time. Okay. We have Zeke. We also have Perun on Nia, so hold on. I think I'm gonna give Perun to Zeke for a while. Just because... I I really want to test it out. I want to see if Perun is actually good on Zeke. You know, you never know. Just want to say something real quick. He has a smash art with the Mega Lance, so that's cool. He has a launch art on Pandoria's weapon, which is the Big Bang Edge. So, he has a launch art on here, and he has a smash art on here, so... Pretty good. Pretty good.
Tensions seem high.
From what I gather, it seems an official summit is to be held between Morardain and Uriah.
A summit? You mean about the recent punch-up? But I thought...
Didn't Praetor Amalthus get them to stop and sort it all out?
Perhaps there are some discussions they would prefer Indol not to be privy to.
Besides, Uriah doesn't like to associate too closely with Indol. They'd hate to be seen as acquiescing to the Praetor's will. Got to keep up appearances, you know?
Acquiescing? You what?
Like letting him tell them what's what.
For such a spanner, you sure use some big words. How come?
Stop calling me that! Buzz off, kitty no-mates! Anyway, this summit would explain why Morag isn't around.
Indeed, she has much to attend to.
Shared sovereignty over Gormott.
Yes. I don't think anything less will be sufficient to placate them.
The Senate would never approve it.
I can overrule them by decree. Of course, I would need to secure Senator Roderick's cooperation.
Imperial decree? If it's come to that, well then I cannot dissent. I cannot help but admire your courage, Your Majesty.
That means a lot, coming from you.
Acting Chairman Nira.
Sorry for intrude. Is emergency, so Nira take liberty of drop by unannounced.
You certainly look troubled, Chairman. So, what is this emergency you speak of?
Well...
So, we can make our way to Tantal from here. I assume the Praetor has a ship waiting for us.
Hey, Shalad.
What?
Are we really gonna just leave Morag behind?
Who's leaving anyone? She's got her own priorities, you know?
Yeah, but still.
Anyway, her schedule is filled with official duties right now.
For sure. It's just a bit of a shame is all. You know, since we came all this way together.
I guess I know how you feel, chum. Huh? Speak of the devil?
Bana's going for the summit.
On top of everything, an assassination attempt?
If blood gets spilled at the summit, it'll mean war.
War's good for business, after all. I guess he wants to use that to get himself back in with the guild.
Why, that little? I was wondering where he'd slunk off to. What a sneaky git.
It seems Acting Chairman Nira wishes to take care of this incident covertly, to avoid it reflecting badly upon the guild.
So you came to us?
If we mobilize the army, the whole thing will become public.
Oh, I get it. So we're a more convenient solution.
I'm not forcing you. If you refuse, Bridget and I will do what we can alone.
Ah, come off it, lady. You wouldn't even think of dragging us into this if you thought you could handle it on your own.
I suppose not. You know Bana as well as I. There's no telling what he might be plotting.
According to Acting Chairman Nira, several giant weapons were being built at the factory where we last saw him. And one of them is currently unaccounted for.
Giant weapons.
Got it. Besides, you know, we've got our own score to settle with him.
Thank you. It will be easier to focus on my duties knowing you are on the case. Good luck.
Leave it to us.
Bana the Schemer. Yeah, set that as the active quest. We may be already 15 minutes into this, but you know what? I don't care. We're gonna do it anyway. Let's go. Know anything about black market merchant has been up to no good here in Indal? I saw these weird bird people. Not like Napon, but a bit bigger than that. And, birdie looking. I think I saw pictures of them before in a picture book. Can't remember what they're called. Tyrken, right? Ah, that's it. They're called Tyrken. Thanks, this is really bugging me. But what would a bunch of Tyrken be doing in a place like this? Cheers. So you have to go around and collect information. Hey, you heard about anything suspicious going down at the Orion Ardanian Summit? Oh, I have a good one for you. Let's hear the juicy details. Some kind of ingredients with a monstrously foul odor were carried into the Ardanian Titan vessel. The stench was so strong I can still smell it on my clothes. There were other ingredients too, weird and wonderful, a lot of them. I don't know what they're for, but it can't be your average recipes. Much thanks. Soon will be a big summit thing. I do wonder. Myself, I am Ardanian, yet I live under the protection of Indal. And the Urians and Gormati here, for instance, seem to get along just as well. But just take a look at those lot, clutching to their tools of conflict and fixing one another with the coldest of stares. They can't even have a civil discussion short of holding a banquet like this. Don't you think it's absurd? If they have the time to be wasting on such extravagance, Jesus Christ, I can't say long words today. They should use it to save their own suffering people. It does frustrate me. Sometimes I think the people running those nations could learn a thing or two from our camp. Well, thanks for the useless information. Oh my god, I can finally actually do the thing I wanted to do for this quest. So you talk to all those people. Maybe you don't even have to talk to all those people, but you know what? I did. But you go over here to the end. And of course I'm walking on the roofs because I can. boy. We've gathered quite a bit of information now. Yeah, and plenty of it blatantly bleh. I can't say blatantly. Bogus. But there were some rumors in there that did bug me a bit. Time to sort out the real dirt from the baseless suspicion. Ooh, detective time! First we clear a basic premise. Who is targeting summited nations? Is former Chairman Bana. Master Palm forget already. No, Tor, not that stupid. It's traditional for deducings to start by listing every information everybody know. Proper flow is for Rex to think carefully and provide answer. Okay. On to the next basic premise then. Where is the summit to be held? It's inside the Titan battleship from Moradane. Yes, that's right. It seems like Bana is planning an assassination. But what method do you think he might be using? I think the method might be poison. Yeah, the ship's totally secure from the outside, and the only trustworthy people who will be attending after all. I guess the only method that really leaves is tampering with the food. But when would the poison be added, and to what exactly? Maybe they'll contaminate the drinking water at the conference? But did we not hear that the main conference would not only be attended by select trustworthy individuals? It might be possible to contaminate the water supply before the conference begins, might it not? If it were me, I wouldn't even drink any of the water at the conference like that. Can't be too careful around people you don't know very well. Is that how it works? Maybe there's a more effective method. What happens if I said the same thing again? Okay, it just says the same thing again. Okay, that's stupid. It's gotta be the main meal at the banquet, right? Yes, I can hardly imagine the VIPs will be preparing their own food. I'd like to see Morag and Bridget try cooking for a banquet. And someone was saying they'd seen lots of weird ingredients being carried inside, right? Indeed they were. Suspicious a big box carried inside too. Could the strong flavored ingredients be to hide the taste of the poison? You're sharp, Rex. I'd bet that's exactly what they're there for. The only question left is, who will be carrying out the poisoning itself? Let's see. It could be those Tyrken. The ones that girl was talking about? Bana used Tyrken as minions before. Tor remember from Artificial Blade Factory in Moradane. I can see how they might be more convenient for him than hiring professional assassins then. Yeah, but do you think Tyrken know the first thing about cooking? I don't know about that. Listen, I think we're just going around in circles here. If we know somebody's probably gonna poison the food, why don't we go check out the battleship itself? Good point. Regardless of who's carrying it out, we should at least act fast if we're going to stop this plot. That's settled then. Everybody go to dining hall of Ardanian battleship. Alright. Next time on Xenoblade Chronicles 2, we're gonna head to the Ardanian battleship. And do stuff. See you guys next time.